It's showtime. It's showtime. It's show. Did I lock that door? Bum 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 bum. Doom 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 doom. This is doom 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 doom. Dun, dun, dun. Da, da, da. Dun. Just waiting on the homie. Waiting on some folks to trickle in. It's last minute. It's so last minute. So last minute, but I dig it. But I dig it, but I dig it. But I dig it, but I dig it. Oh, where are we at today? Miami Grand Prix. What's today? What's today? What's today? Oh, they took a break this week, and then we got. Oh, when's that happening? No, that's October. What up, Sam? A little bit of a oddball live session tonight, but me and my homie JD from JD's Sports Cards have been, man, trying to get the whole thing going here and getting schedules together and to do some content, and figured the best way to do it was get a little live going and hang out and talk and shoot the shit and all that stuff. So rewatching the Warriors win their fourth, and what a nice surprise. Yeah, man. Oh, speaking of the devil himself, there he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh snap, son. Hide your wives.
Yep, he's here.
What's up, big dog?
Dude, running around like a moron. Like,
Oh, tell me about it.
kids activities, youth sports are like, it's great when gas prices are like $5, whatever the hell they are. And I need a Prius.
You start getting a horse and carriage drawn up.
Seriously, it's unreal, man. I just drive all over. Like I laugh. I'm like, I was paying like $40 a tank to fill up my truck, like 2 years ago, and now I'm paying like almost 90. And
What?
I'm like,
Where are you at exactly?
I'm in Rhode Island, so
Oof.
I'm up in the Northeast.
Oof.
So
What are y'all
it's
paying a gallon up there?
It just hit 509.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
It's not bad, but it's
That's kind of where it's at here too. It's kind of
$2 is better,
like
you know.
yeah, it's like 480 something, like four. I think I can't remember the last time I filled up because so in situations like this, I have this little Scion
Yep.
that looks like a little toaster oven. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
about?
Yep.
I got one of those, and
Oh, nice.
so because I have that, and I work from home primarily, so my wife drives that. Well, my wife's office is like maybe 5 minutes around the corner, so she's got like no commute. So
Yeah.
it's nice. We have an option, and now we're to the point to where we can cram all our kids in there because they can all
Yeah.
sit down like
Yeah.
little stuff like that. So it works out,
Yeah.
man. But
Yeah, I couldn't do that with the Scion. I got 4 kids, so we got bigger cars, and it's like
well,
whatever.
my wife drives a Suburban normally, like a big old
Oh,
Suburban.
there you go.
But that thing stays parked right now, bro.
Yeah.
That thing's not going nowhere.
Yeah, it'll be same spots in the driveway will be nice and clean for like
exactly
6 months.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh man, good stuff, man. Yeah, dude. I'm glad we were able to finally get the schedule synced up, man. It's been
man. It's crazy busy, both of us. So
well, you said what? You said you got 4, I got 3.
Yep.
So it's nuts, man. And I figured, with the summertime, it was gonna slow, things were slowing down a little bit, but then my little girl started tap and ballet, and then the boys are in VBS, and it's just like, geez, man, it's like it's nonstop, bro.
Yeah, we got
nonstop.
Yeah, we got it all. We got it all from travel ball to travel soccer to dance to volleyball. It's swim team. It's whatever, man.
Jesus,
it's like,
man.
It's good, man, because they all get to do something. But
at
the same time, it's like Dad needs a break. You know.
Well, it's good because they get to do something, but then you have they're not self-sufficient enough to where they can do it on their own.
Right.
So it's like you have to start doing something now.
Yep.
But it's all part of the job. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, it could be worse, man. You know what I mean? It could be
for
worse.
sure. For sure.
So.
It could be worse. You could be in a position where you can't do that kind of stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And unfortunately, man, I know some folks that just can't. And so it kind of puts things into perspective whenever you're like sitting there and you're like, it's like 5 o'clock and you're tired as shit, but you got to take them. It's like, hey man, I just I think about some of the folks that can't, and just go, all right, let's power through this. Let's quit bitching here. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
So it works out. Sam is in the house. Let's get some little roll call here. So I'll tell everybody we don't have an agenda. I mean, we're just hanging out. We're shooting the shit. I got a hard stop like at about 9:15 my time, so that gives us about an hour to talk some shit. I do have a couple of little things that you and I have talked about that we'll get into here in a little bit. So
for sure,
we'll kind of Mike's in the house, Robert's in the house, rewatching the Warriors.
Fred Durst. That's like the 3rd time I've been on someone's live and someone in the comments has called me Fred Durst. That's comical.
What?
Ben P.
Fred Durst in the building.
Yeah,
you do. But you know what's funny though? You look like Fred Durst when Fred Durst was Fred Durst. If you see him now, he's like white haired, right?
Yeah. If I wish I had Fred Durst cash, that'd be cool.
Oh man, that'd be dope. That dude's balling.
What I should do is start wearing masks like that dude that plays guitar for them. What the hell's his name?
Oh, you got me, man. I know who Fred Durst is, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in the hood. We didn't listen to Fred Durst in the hood.
Come on, he did a song with Method Man.
He did do a song with Method Man.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good song. It up so I don't look like Fred Durst.
See, man, y'all made my boy change it up.
I'll go middle-aged white dad. There we go. So there you go. I'll put on my slides. Make myself a hot cup of tea.
I got I'm in the South, so I got my sweet tea.
Yeah,
that's kind of how we get down over here. So, did you catch any of the
my dip?
There you go. Did you catch any of the finals?
Yeah, man, I'm a Celtics fan, so
that's right.
I caught it.
North.
Yep. So
I'm about an hour south.
I'm about an hour south of Boston.
What happened to your boys, man? I think they were just tired.
So it came out today. I think Tatum needs shoulder surgery.
No way.
Yeah, which explains some of the horrific shooting. But in general, dude, he was horrible. Like he was the way he was driving in the basket with like that sideways circus shit he was doing. Am I allowed to swear? I don't mean to swear.
No, yeah. Let it rip, buddy. Let it rip.
Like just uncontrollable, like go to the rim hard. If you're gonna go to the hole,
yeah,
go with authority.
yeah.
And then like the other thing is this, man. It's like it's my big beef with the NBA today. Just dudes stand around that 3-point line and just
Yeah.
chuck
Just
the rock, man. Like
and the thing is that doesn't
West
work.
Portland, thank you.
It doesn't work if you don't have a solid like post game. Like if you don't have a
Yeah.
player that when he slashes to the basket, you have to collapse. Otherwise, it's a
Right.
guaranteed two. Then
Yep.
guys standing around on the perimeter is useless.
Yep.
It doesn't work. And
And they
because
have
Tatum was inept in the paint for the last 2 games,
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
I mean,
You
you
know?
get when Curry's switching off and playing Tatum, it's got to be an instant drop to the post
Yes.
and take him to school.
Yeah.
And instead, he's doing his shake
Yeah.
and bake, and he's, I'm like, dude, you're not Kobe. Stop.
Right.
And you're 6'8". The dude guarding you 6'1".
Yeah.
Either jump over him or
Mouse in the house.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the Celtics will be all right. I mean, Robert Williams kind of came into his own this year. Of big men, he's got to be one of the more, if not the most athletic big man in the league. He's definitely top 3.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But hey, my hat goes off to Golden State. They kicked the Celtics' ass the last couple of games, and they deserve to win. So
right, we kept calling Al Horford Bill Cartwright the whole night.
He kind of shoots like him too with that weird,
doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we every time he would touch the ball and hit a 3, I'd be like, Bill.
Yep.
Big Bill Cartwright. Yep. Yeah, we were watching the game, man, and it just like my buddy that I went to go watch the game with, he's a big Golden State fan, and so he was going for he was obviously wanting Steph and them to win. But as we were sitting there, we were really just talking about it, and I was like, man, what's really scaring me is the sloppy passes that they've been doing, like the last, just like the sloppiness of the way that they've been moving the ball. They've been really sloppy and lackadaisical. And then my buddy goes, well, I'd be like that too if I just got finished playing 2 back-to-back 7-game series with essentially the best in the East, right?
Yeah, and it's you think about it, right? They went through Brooklyn, which they weren't really much,
right?
And then they battled with Milwaukee.
7 games,
was physical, and then they battled with Miami. That was a brawl,
dude.
And it was good to see those series because it was actually, well, I shouldn't say that because some of the Miami games, it was like they blew them, they'd blow them out. The Miami would blow them out. Then I think there was like one close game. But it was good, tough basketball for a while. Jimmy Butler looked like the reincarnation of friggin' Scottie Pippen for a while.
Yeah, he did. He was a beast.
It was like, all right, but they showed enough, man, where I think, their Marcus Smart stopped shooting the goddamn ball so much. And they Tatum and Brown take another step forward.
Marcus Smart started playing hero ball towards the end, and that was so frustrating.
Me, man. It kills me. Like, I don't know. But whatever. Hey, it was a good run. Like, from where January 1st, they were like in 9th place.
Yeah.
And they went on a miracle run. All of a sudden became the greatest team ever. And were like unstoppable. And you knew Golden State was coming out of the West. I mean,
yeah, of course.
That was inevitable. Yeah. And it's funny now how like the balance of power has kind of, yes, Golden State won, but I'm talking like overall.
Yeah,
the balance of power is out east again. The East teams are better, I think, overall.
Oh, for sure. They're definitely a lot more competitive. It's not this whole, well, whoever comes out of the West is going to be the clear winner, right? Like that's what it was last year, and maybe not last year, but the year before that, and then like the previous 3 or 4 years before that, where the West were just gangbusters, and whoever came out of the West was like the shoe in, right?
Yep.
But yeah, it was definitely a good. I thought it was a good series, man. That win, the one that they took away, the one that they stole at in Golden State was a shocker, and I was like, what? Okay, here we go. So
I turned that one off, dude. I was like, screw this, they're gonna get swept. Turn that game off, and the next thing I know, my phone's blowing up. I'm like, what the hell? woke me up, and I'm like, son of a bitch, they won.
You're like, damn
And
it,
I was
why did I
like,
turn off that game?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I really thought that yeah, see Sam's saying the same thing. I thought Phoenix was gonna make a good run at it.
yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, I don't know. It's been a good series, man. I thought it was a great playoffs to begin with. Man, I enjoyed watching Dallas make their runs, and
Yeah,
I don't know. It
yeah,
was just
Luka.
it was good overall.
If Luka gets some help, watch out.
Yeah.
You know, he and I gotta think Cuban will figure it out of
Yeah.
how to get him some help.
Well, we just sent Christian Wood over there.
Yeah, dude, and I like Christian Wood a lot.
I do
Like
too, man.
he's good. Like he's got one rookie card too, and like
I know
people
that,
don't.
and I have actually he's got two of them, and I got both of them. It's the
He's got
rookies.
the yeah,
He's got
and
the
he's got the
rookies, and
Donruss.
then the actual rated rookie, the
Yeah,
Donruss.
yeah.
Other than that, he's got nothing
But
else.
he yeah, when he was getting hot there out of Detroit at the end there before he got traded.
Mm-hmm.
I actually snagged a couple of his rookie cards for like $10, and I ended up
Yeah,
flipping them for like 120. I was like, sweet.
Same here.
Different time though, man. Different time, you know.
Well, I picked him up because he was coming to Houston.
Yeah.
So that's how
Yep.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that I don't have, a lot of the stuff that I have that isn't Rocket stuff,
Yeah.
usually comes by way. Like I have like Ben McLemore rookie cards. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I have like Ben McLemore. I got what's the other cat that we picked up? David Nwaba, which is like an oddball,
Yeah.
you know, card. But like I
Yeah.
have his like gold shimmer or something like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I picked it up for $5. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's
so
always
stuff
a
like
great
that is
feeling though when you get like a gold or whatever. You're like, yeah, I got a gold card, and it could be like yourself, and who cares, right? You get a gold card.
exactly. And then all of a sudden he goes off in 3 or 4 games in a row, and that $5 card's off all of a sudden a 50,
Yeah.
60, $100 card, and you're like,
Yep.
oh hell yeah, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
it works
Yep.
out pretty
Yep.
good. But I don't know, man. I just think it's been a good season this season. I'm excited for what my Rockets are gonna do.
Yeah, they're a good young team. You know, they've got some talent. I think Atlanta too, man. Like, I know people hate on Trae Young, and I'm not necessarily sold on him, but I'm kind of sold on that team a little bit.
Yes.
I really like John Collins.
Yeah.
I wanted the Celtics to get him for forever. There were some rumors there for a little while, but I like Atlanta. But you know,
I like that team
NBA
dynamic that they have there with Trae running point, and then you got you know, you got DeAndre Hunter, you got they got a couple of really solid shooters outside of Trae, and then they got of course Capella.
Yep.
Which I've always been a fan
too,
of.
Man.
I've always been a fan of that guy. I was at our draft party when we drafted that guy, and I was so crunk. I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been following that kid ever since then. I'm a huge fan of his. So when he went to Atlanta, I kind of started watching more and more of Atlanta, and I started realizing, man, this team that's another one of those teams that, like you said, if they can just get one more piece, they're gonna make that big leap. You know?
And now that like LeBron's pretty much, you know, just gonna hanging out to play with his kid.
That's what he's doing.
And Anthony Davis is, you know,
collecting a check.
He's just, you know, he's his prime's over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, you could pick up like a guy like Anthony Davis though to come off the bench, which sounds odd, right?
Yeah.
But you put him on a team that doesn't need him to be the man every night and let him kind of just maybe play 50 games. And be ready to rock, dude.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
He could be solid, yeah.
You know, I don't think he's capable of playing 82 games anymore.
No. And nobody's gonna pay him like that.
No, I know.
Right? Like nobody's ever gonna no other team is gonna say, hey, we're gonna pay you, 82 game, 30 minutes a game money, or even 25 minute a game money.
Right.
You know, and expect him and have that expectation of him actually.
What do you think about Zion? He's gonna get a massive deal.
Dude, I have
Which is crazy to me.
I have never been down on Zion. Now, here's the thing. So you're saying it's crazy, right? That his rookie card is still going for like stupid money.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't think that's flippers. I really think that what's holding what's holding that card value up is people who genuinely are looking at the entire picture and going, this guy in the right situation is going to be an absolute animal, and I'm one of those.
Yeah, and
where
you
he's
gotta
going, we
remember
have no
too,
clue.
right? You got to remember, people spent lots and lots and lots and lots of cash on Zion, right? So, you know, for the 20,000 whatever tens that are out there, there's just as many as nines and whatever and this and that. So people are sitting on those cards and they're readily available, but the value's there, which shows you people, you know, that price is kind of where it's at. And
that's the floor.
You know, and if that's the floor, if 250, 200, whatever the hell it's at right now, I don't collect the modern stuff.
I wish there was a place where we could look.
Yeah, seriously. What's a good spot? I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see. What is his base at?
2019.
Yeah, 2019. Oh, yeah, that's card 240. Yeah, here it is right here. Let's see what this looks like. Dude, it's still his base. Wow. It's still an $1,100, $1,200 card.
No.
Which is insane.
What, the silver?
His silver.
Oh, yeah. And we got that one random one in them. What's that outlier?
15,000, which we know that's not right.
That can't be right. Click on it. Click on the dot. It's golden. So what is that?
That's an oddball. Silver 248, April 10th, 2022.
Yeah, hang on. That snuck in. Why can't I?
You want me to report the issue?
No, I'll just delete it, but I can't. I'm frozen. What the hell?
That's an oddball one.
All right. Well, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your camera froze up, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm frozen.
Oh. Yeah, but still, we're talking whatever you did just took. Oh, that's why I went PSA 8. That's why. But still, I mean, we're talking about his silver is still a $1,400 card, $1,500 card. His base is still like a. Look at this. His base is still almost a $200 card.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, for there to be that many and that card be $200, that's.
Yeah, but pop is like 20,000 on this thing.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like
39,000. Yeah, pop on the 10 is 20,000 cards. How insane is that? Wow.
Damn. What is going on here?
And that's just the base. What's the silver?
All right, I don't know what's going on here.
You want to hop back in? Yeah, hop out.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, look at this, guys. This is nuts, man. We're talking about I'm trying to see what the so this is for those of you guys that don't know what I'm looking at the pop report on how many cards were actually graded in the silver. Here it is, silver prism. That's 1,400 on the silver prism as a pop 10. That's, I mean, if that's not population control, I have no idea what could be pop control. But this is nuts. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I'm looking at cardhedger.com. JD is also one of the founders of that. And they are a sponsor of the channel, as you guys can see down at the bottom, sponsored by CardHedge. So if you guys want to access this kind of stuff, it's really easy. There's a link in the description. You guys can sign up. I think they do like a 7-day trial. So for those of y'all that don't know, this is kind of how I look up all my information. So, but that's 20K PSA 10s, not including SGC. Oh yeah, for sure. So the pop count on this stuff is absolutely ridiculous. Just ridiculous on the pop count. But I mean, we're talking still, it's a $200 PSA 10 card. You know, and an $1,100 on the an $1,100 card on the silver. I wonder what his rated rookie is going for. Man, rated rookie in a PSA 10 is a $30 card. That's insane. If a wealthy bought 100 Zions at 500, it's probably a good idea to suck up another 900 at $200. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. There we go.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, there you go. We got you. Yeah,
All
so I
right,
mean, it's crazy
I
prices.
deleted that Zion for 15 grand.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, hey, I didn't notice. I just noticed this. What you guys did here. Base,
What?
and then like if it's a green prism, you guys got the green dot here.
Oh, yep.
Hey, that's pretty dope. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we
pretty
got
cool.
the other thing we got too coming is we just
Yeah, there we go.
struck a deal with GemRate.
Oh,
So we will have all pop reports for all grading companies, as well as down the road a universal pop report on every card.
not so like a collective. So like this comment here, right? Where is it? Right here. So P just said that's only 20K
Yep.
at PSA 10, right? Not including
Yep.
SGC, BGS,
So
or
yeah,
CSG.
you'll be able to see the pops for everything for all the companies, right? And then there'll be a universal pop report of all of the companies totaled up in a 10 grade or a gem mint grade, yada yada yada.
Ah,
Yeah. But that's going to take a little bit of time, so don't expect that to be out like
yeah, that's
next, you know what I mean?
that's in development, as they say.
Yeah. Yep. So, but it's coming. So,
See, they're like $267 raw plus the grading. That was another cool thing there. So I mean, if you even if you can hit a 9, you're still coming out on top.
yeah, what's it going for raw right now?
246, 260 something, 217. So
And that's going to get so like we got to the one thing we have to do, right? So now with PSA kind of throwing that new price in,
mm-hmm.
what we got to do on our end is throw in like some type of script where the value and that blue box, so the card value and that blue box value makes sense, because
Yeah.
if that card's under $4.99, it's only going to cost you $30. So you
Ah,
know what I mean? So that's at the
yeah,
standard economy there at 50.
that's
So
right.
technically we got to fix that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we
So you're gonna
also
have to
got
put
to
in a statement in there for the variable cost of the grading
yeah, yep.
based on what
So
the value is
yep,
of it in that grade, right?
yep. And that's so like that's the hard part right now. With like the cool thing about that feature is it was working well for a while.
Yeah, because everything was $50.
Yep. And then SGC, you know that's 30.
Right.
If you're sending to them.
Right.
The hard part is, right, you get into all these bulk submitters,
Mm-hmm.
and like I sub through SGC, and Bobbles, who I use, is
Right. It's
$23.
yeah, $23, right?
But then if people use someone else, they're 24, they're
Right,
25, they're
right, right.
27, they're 30, they're 33. It's like, you know what I mean?
But
They
I
wipe
think
your
I think
ass
if you
at
give people the
35.
caveat, that says, "Hey, guys, this is based on a
Right,
$30 price point," which is what
right.
the standard is if you were to go
Yep,
straight through SGC.
yep.
There's potentially more margin there if you go through a group
Yep.
submitter or whatever,
And we actually have to update BGS too, because they changed their prices.
Yeah,
Even though whatever whatever with them.
yeah.
Um, and CSG, um, their price is going to go up July 1st on the bulk. So we got to, yes, Bishop. So you can take a picture of the card now and add it to your collection. But you see how like that Zion silver prisms right there for the card holder, that we have to do. But you can add the picture to your own collection right in there in the collection tab. If
Oh,
you
so
go
like
over,
for
see
this
the
one
little
here.
image thing on the right?
Oh, okay.
Go to the right.
Oh,
See
right
that
here.
image thing? Yeah. So you can add an image to your own collection. It won't
Gotcha.
populate on, like, if you go back to that silver prism, it
Mm-hmm.
won't populate to that, because then, you know what I mean? If you took your picture and it was all like half dark and a
Yeah,
glare
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever,
It wasn't a good
we
one.
don't want that for everybody.
Right, right,
So,
right.
but yeah, you can add the pictures for sure.
Oh, so in
So,
my collection, I can do that.
yep. Yep. And it's kind of cool, but like, I've kind of said to the guys, I'm like, it's nice that we allow people to do that, but we got to get those stupid card holder things out of there. The problem is we're adding so many cards that our image dude can't keep up.
Yeah.
So we're trying to work on some deals with couple of companies here for some images, and I think we may have something done soon, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. If we can get that, it'll be very easy because then we can just upload images via APIs,
Yeah.
um, and it won't be anything, right?
So
So
are you guys, is the goal to do all of them in the PSA holsters?
so no. Originally it was PSA because PSA is obviously the most popular.
Yeah, yeah.
But what we've done now is, SGC has been kind of getting a lot of cards out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we find a card, if it's a good clean image that we can clean up pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
we'll take the SGC or we'll take a BG. We'll use any of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're just not going to use. We won't use probably like HGA, but we'll use any of the
Yeah.
other four.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because those are all
you know,
standard formats, right?
yeah, yep.
Good
So
stuff, man. This is new too.
yeah, yeah, we did that a couple. That's been there for a little while.
Has there? Okay.
Um,
I haven't checked my
yeah,
collection tab in
yeah.
here.
No, I hear you. I don't go into my collection very often either. I'm either going into
I'm either in
uh
card prices
card
or in
prices or
compare.
compare. Yep.
Yeah.
Or I go to history search too, which is huge.
Yeah.
If we don't have the card listed, you can still go in there and search everything.
Ah,
So that's
okay.
just not. We had to put that little disclaimer up top there. That's
Yeah,
just
prices are
not
not
going to be
guaranteed to be verified. Yeah.
accurate. Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff,
So, and
man.
then did you see the thing? Did you see the thing on the homepage yet?
On this one?
Click on card hedge. Scroll down. Oh, I'm sorry. Click on marketplace up top.
Marketplace.
So right now, right, if you search for Hakeem
Ooh.
Olajuwon, it's gonna search between PWCC and eBay for every Hakeem Olajuwon card that's out there.
I'm on an F1 kick right now, so
All right.
this is my boy right now.
So what we're trying to do with this is centralize where everybody can search for their cards in one spot because it's a pain in the ass going to eBay, going to MySlabs, going to PWCC, going to ComC,
Oh.
going here, going there. So this brings right now PWCC and eBay. We are adding in alt very soon,
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to get the folks from ComC on the phone to add them, and then we should be in a really good spot. So just
Look
trying to
at you
give
guys,
people like,
man. Just freaking killing it.
yeah, like we're just trying to think of things that make sense, right?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
if there's going to be all these sites where people are listing cards, it's a pain to just go all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can make it easier and have it in one spot, then there you go. And it wasn't hard for us to come up with, so we banged it right out,
Yeah.
and it seems to be working well now. So that's
I
good.
I didn't even know about this. Now this is gonna be the one-stop shop.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, and let's face it, man, eBay kind of covers a lot of bases, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then if you want to save on tax or whatever, um, you can go to a different site, but they're making it now with their vault program and everything else. It's eBay's going for everybody right now,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
the problem with that is they got a lot of money,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
these other guys,
They
you
can't
know,
keep up.
they can't. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
And now that they're finally paying attention to the card space, I mean, how long has people been bitching about
Oh,
eBay?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, for
Like
sure.
I remember back in 2008, like just bitching about eBay, and it's taken 13 years for them to finally like, oh, we make a lot of money here. We should pay attention.
Yeah, we should. So I was listening to one of the so from Bench Clear, Mike and Ty, and they had mentioned something about that eBay had put out like their yearly financials or something like that.
Yeah,
And it was like their growth in card revenue was
It's tremendous.
6 or 7x. Now
Yeah.
that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you were making 100 million and now all of a sudden you're making 800 million, that's going to make anybody pay
Yeah.
attention and go, holy shit, how the hell do we
Yeah.
service these guys a little bit better?
Yep.
Right. And that they, adding things like the market trend and all that other stuff, it was just like a no-brainer for them.
Yep.
And a
Absolutely.
very small investment on their end because they are a tech company. They already have the talent there, the developers to do it, and it's just a matter of allocating some resources to it.
Yes. Some of the problem I have, I just want to answer Bishop's other question here.
Where was
See
it?
that
Right
one
here?
he just put? Yeah, that one. So Bishop, that's coming in the app. We have an app in development that should have been done this month, and there was just a slight delay. So we're hoping that it's done next month, but it should be, from everything I'm told, the app should be done by the end of the summer, and you will have that ability to like scan the card and then kind of bring up the pricing like to it. So that's going to come from the app.
Yeah, we're seeing
so,
a little bit of that coming out now with a couple of different
yeah,
apps that are out there that do that.
yep, yep. So it's kind of like a necessary thing, but again, you have to remember every platform that has that, they're only pulling data from their platform. So it's not like it's a universal pull, right? So if you were to do that, from what I've seen with like alt,
Mm-hmm.
if you scan a card and it's not in the alt database, you don't get data for it. At least that's been my experience from playing around with theirs.
I see what you're saying.
And it'll be the same for ours. If it's not in ours, you're not going to get anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So it's
but
not
the
like if
nice
you
thing,
take the picture and then it goes and does like a
yeah,
reverse search everywhere.
yeah. So, I mean, the nice thing about us is, our database is getting, pretty big here.
Yeah, where are you guys at now?
We are at like 112, I think, or 111,
Jesus, man.
or 113. I don't know, something. Click on card prices. 110, 700.
What do you see?
So,
Oh, right here. Yeah, 110, 700.
yeah. So
Jeez,
we're
man.
doing like, we're adding like 10,000 new cards a month right now, which is, it's a lot of work, but we've kind of figured out a way to do this pretty quick now. So, it's not fun work, but whatever, you know what I mean?
It's the dirty work though, man.
Yeah,
Like
no, it is, because ultimately, right, if you go to the site and you search for a card and we don't have it, most people just go, this place sucks, we're out of here. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
Yeah.
rather than request it and have one of the guys add it real quick, it's just, you guys don't have my card, you suck.
Yeah. Well, that's
all
good
right.
that's good old consumer mindset for you, right?
Yeah. So,
And
but
I
it's
think
all
that,
good,
but
man.
how much of what you guys add on a daily basis comes from you guys looking at what's selling on eBay?
So I'll tell you the majority of what we do right now. So I do the majority of the adding.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what I've been doing for a little while is adding every single basketball card from the 90s. I'm up to 1997 right now. So we need to hit those key decades of cards.
So just like off a checklist?
Yep. I find
Gotcha.
them and we get them in. Everything except for like the collector's choice stuff, because Upper Deck went like wild, man. Like they just, like, somebody hit print and then they just didn't take their finger off the button. And it's like, so if people want that stuff, you got to just request it, because I can't sit there and add it all. And then when you get into the international, you got the French, you got the German, you got the Spanish, you got the Italian, you got the Japanese. I'm like, dude, I'll never get out of collector's choice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I skip over collector's choice. But all the key things, all the inserts, all the refractors, all that stuff is there, and will be there. As I said, we're in 97, but then we have another guy working, two guys working on card requests only. So you request a card, it goes to those two guys, they get it up.
Yeah.
We have another guy working on. We have a partnership with another company that uses our data for their platform. He's specifically working on their card requests, part of what we do for them. But mainly, and then my other partner who created Card Hedge, he'll add cards. He'll just go in and just add sets. He's adding like Pokemon and all the crap that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
But he does all that stuff. So it's
There you go.
it's a lot, man, but it's good. It's finally gotten to the point where, you know, the database is at the point where people are sticking around, and they're
Yeah.
liking what we're doing. So that's
Yeah.
good, you know. You know,
A
so
lot of Marvel stuff.
don't ask me any Pokemon questions because I don't know a thing. I don't know a thing
Uh,
about any of this stuff.
I know very little, very little. My brother's into it a lot more than I am, but there's just so much stuff, man. So
Yep.
much stuff.
Yep.
And then I just recently, so this brings me to, this is a good segue. So this brings me to what I've been wanting to talk to you about, and it's baseball.
Yep.
So if I'm not mistaken, you're a baseball first guy, right? I think that we had that conversation before.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, in real life, I'm a baseball first guy.
Gotcha. I'm trying to figure out what I did with my because I'm about to take some notes here because
Put me on the spots.
I don't know jack about baseball cards, and the only thing I know is that for the last couple of weeks, actually no. When did I send you that? I sent you a message like a month or 2 months ago, probably like right as the season started.
Yeah, you were asking some questions about, you know, which cards to buy as far as brands go and things like that.
And I'm like, listen, man, all I know is that I like this kid Jordan. That's it. That's all I know.
Yep.
And I need to pick up some of his stuff because, like, literally saw him at an airport and was like, holy crap, this dude is a freaking, he looks like an NFL, like, I don't know, he's ridiculously large.
Quads of NFL linebacker.
Dude, insane. And I was like, man, this, so at the time I didn't really think anything of it. And then, like, as the season started and he was just like going hard, I was like, no, I got to pick up some of his stuff. So I know for a fact that there are two that are considered like the rookie cards, right? It's the Bowman first, right? And then Topps rookie card.
Yep. But don't call it, so the Bowman Chrome, right? The first Bowman is not necessarily a rookie card. There's no rookie card logo on that. So there'll be, like, you see on this card how there's the rookie card logo.
Yep.
And then on,
so does the logo matter?
And then on that one, see the first right there?
All
right. So the difference is the first Bowman is the dude's technically first licensed card, right?
Okay.
So usually what happens with those, and it's comical, it's been this way forever. The new product comes out, guys are hyped, prices are crazy.
Right.
Then as time goes on and whatever, most of this stuff ends up dropping substantially, you know, rather quickly. And then you end up with a bunch of, like, what I'm finding kind of right now, like, I'm buying lots of Bowman stuff, refractors and colored parallels that people don't want from ripping them for like 50 cents or $1 in these big lots. And then I'm selling them on eBay for like between whatever and $20, and just taking advantage of that eBay standard shipping thing and just
plain white envelopes.
Yeah, just killing it. Like, you know, I'm having a blast doing that. I don't know any, like, these guys, man, as far as I know, they can never get out of A ball, you know. But if their card's going for $5 and I paid $1 for it, what do I care? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's up? Say hi, buddy.
Hi. What's happening, man? I just had mine were beating down my door a couple minutes ago, and my wife came to save the day.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Right.
So Topps Chrome, and then
so you've got flagship, you've got, which is the paper, right? Top,
Mhm.
just regular top Series 1, Series 2 update. And then you've got the chrome. And I actually did a video on the chrome, the refractors a while ago. And it's kind of interesting, right? Like I see a lot of people pumping the pink refractor, and what you got to realize is that's a retail product, right? So it's readily available.
Mm.
If you want to go into the refractors, from what I saw when I looked at Otani, Soto, Acuna, Tatis, and oh god, who's the other guy? I think maybe
For
Devers, just because I'm a homer, right?
Mhm.
So if you look at it, the negative refractor retains the most value. That's the one that's got that like black and white kind of
Yeah,
thing to it, right?
this one
And then
here.
it's like, yeah, yep. That one usually holds the most value.
This
And
one's Corey Kluber. No idea who that is.
then it's the prism refractor. No, prism. I'm trying to think. What the hell's the other one? Jesus. Give me a sec. Prism refractor. Negative. What's the other one? Oh, man. Oh, the X fractor. X fractor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So those four, right? Negative, X fractor, prism, and the base refractor hold more value over time than the sepia and the pink. The sepia is usually the cheapest of the ones, and then you get the pink.
And the
So
pink.
if you're looking at refractors, man, anything from the base refractor, the X fractor, yeah, the pinks, yeah.
Got the
So I
pink.
mean those are readily available. It's like one of listen, all the cards now are readily available,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
for sure.
Even the 101s are readily available. Like it's just you buy, like, here's the thing, man. Like I don't have like I don't buy anything with the intent of, this card I bought for 20 and it's going to be worth $9,000.
Yes,
I
exactly.
If anything, I bought the card for 20 and it's probably worth 10 by the time I get it in the mail now. So, like, as long as I'm comfortable with the purchase price and it's
Right.
someone that I like,
Yeah.
I'm good, especially if it's just for PC type stuff, like anything Kevin Garnett, man, or Michael Jordan. Like the price has got to be right for me.
I
But
have something for you. You just
oh, do you?
reminded me. Go
What do you
ahead.
got? What do you got? But like these other guys, man, Kamikaze asked, what happens to Bowman first when someone kicks ass? Well, go look at Tatis first Bowman. Go look at Vlad Guerrero Bowman's. Oh, Guerrero might have been the other guy I looked at.
The other guy you were looking for?
But go look at Juan Soto's first. He's got no first base. He's only got autos. They're huge money,
Mm.
So if a guy hits, their first Bowman hits, right? But out of, let's say there's 200 whatever first Bowmans in a set every year, 195 of them may never hit.
Yeah, they're gonna head they're head down to the minor leagues.
So it's like you almost have to, as you're ripping, like list them on eBay for sale and take your cash and go and move on with your life,
Yeah.
So
this I got it was dirt cheap. I don't think you can see that.
Oh, nice.
Kevin Garnett patch, but it's an upper deck patch. So it's game used, game worn, upper deck patch, numbered to like $299 or $350.
Yep. Nice. You getting that graded?
I paid $6 for it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like in a land where everything is, Walmart jerseys now.
Yeah.
And game worn is exclusive to the, I don't know, $1,700-$1,800 a box product.
Yeah.
Upper deck was, we're talking game worn here.
Yep. Did I show you this one? Your boy?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's the one that's the one you just picked up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I tell you,
some of these cards, man, that were like way overinflated are back down to normal, time to buy stuff. Like I've been having a blast like the last month or so because everything I've been trying to buy
it's back
is
down.
now back to where, so like I can buy that plus like 3 other things. It's great.
Yeah.
So like I've been spending money like a madman. So the economy's not broke in my house. It's like
Well, I'm in the same boat because I've been doing the same thing because there's a lot of stuff that like my power in the key set. I had been wanting to build that set for going on 2 years now, but it just wasn't feasible because the Jordan, even in a PSA 7, was like $300 or $400. And I'm like, I'm not. That's insane. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
But now
now
it got back down a little bit. So it was
Too bad I
easier.
didn't know you needed one.
Look, so this is base.
Yep.
That's just regular old Topps Chrome.
Regular old Topps Chrome, like
base, right?
Yep.
Then this is refractor.
Yep.
So again, regular old Topps Chrome, but this is a regular refractor.
Yep.
And then the other one is the pink refractor,
which
I got in the 10. And then after that, there's the sepia.
Yeah.
And then the negative.
Yep.
And those are also retail, right?
The negative, I do not know if that's retail.
Because I pulled this negative out of a blaster.
Yeah. So then it's retail.
So my brother picked me up 2 blasters because he was like, look, man, I know you don't do baseball, but I know you've been wanting to get into baseball. So he picked me up a couple of blasters when he was at Walmart one day of Topps Chrome. And I pulled that negative one. So I kind of just like I said, I'm not a big baseball guy, but I really do like this guy. And so I think I'm gonna try to run the table.
Are you a fan of X fractors?
So my brother collects Star Wars Galaxy, top Star Wars Galaxy, and my favorite out of that whole set is the checkerboard one. I don't know which one's that one.
Is that the
X Factor? Okay. Yeah, those are dope.
So that's my favorite like refractor of all of them. That's a retail one too. They're harder to pull, I believe. I don't buy any retail product. I don't buy any hobby product as far as wax goes. It's the prices are just stupid.
Yeah, it's sky high. Yeah.
And then like the last time I bought a couple blasters a few months ago, and I opened it up and I was like, why did I just spend $30 on this? I just wasted it,
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of like any kind of refractor, any kind of X-fractor numbered stuff. I've been spending Mike Stone, KG guy. There you go.
There he is.
But I've been focusing on some KG refractor stuff out of like early 2000s Topps Finest and Topps Pristine. Man, there's some stuff in there that's just people don't pay attention to it.
No,
and they don't realize
man.
that there's just they're serial numbered to like 139 and 290. There's just not a lot. So
from a product that was late 90s, mid 2000s,
right?
Which at the time for serial numbered product was unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't go by print runs or anything like that because we went by pack odds.
Yep.
Right. So it was like 1 in every 36 packs.
Yeah.
Or 1 in every 32 packs, 1 in every 64 packs, 1 in every 128 packs. Like that's what determined rarity.
Yeah.
Now it's all numbered, so it's a little bit different. But
the other thing too, man, if you want to learn baseball cards, there's a good site, baseballcardpedia.com.
Baseballcardpedia.com.
Yep. It's collector run.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Tons of information, man. Like all kinds of stuff there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you can. That's where I was like when I was looking at Ohtani's, and I realized how many rookie cards he had and rookie year cards.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, I am officially. Even though I think he's a great ball player,
right?
I was like, I am off that train.
Yeah.
Like. It's just so many of them.
Well, that's the same thing with Zion.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So any rookie in that 2019-2020 year.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember. There's hundreds of Zion rookie cards out there. And when I say hundreds out there, I mean like hundreds of like individually different, unique.
Yeah. Well, you start Chronicles, right? Chronicles is essentially like collector's choice.
Yeah, it's like 12 of them in there, 12 different designs, right?
Yeah.
And that's just one product.
Right.
Right.
That's just the
Yeah.
base card too. Never
Yeah.
mind the parallel that's got the rookie card logo on it.
Exactly. The
But it's, you
kinks
know
and
what,
the
man? I look at it like this, right? There's a price point for everybody.
sure.
And some people are very high end. Some
Mhm.
people only like to buy graded cards. Some people buy cards that look like they were run over by a farm machine, like whatever, right?
Right, right.
Like I don't judge, I don't care. Like I buy whatever I like, and it's what I like, you know. I mean, and then if you want to sell that card, like I take the thought process of I just need one person out there in the world to
That
be
wants it.
interested in the same card I have that I want to flip, and I'm good. I don't need
Yeah.
8 million people needing that card. I just need
Right.
one person.
Right.
And if it takes me a month, it takes me a month.
Takes you a month.
If
Yeah.
I sell it in an hour, great.
Right.
You know, I don't sell, like I said, I've been selling this cheap shit recently. Just because I'm kind of like I'm really I'll tell you where I'm discouraged, man. I know you talk about this a lot because I watch your content. The whole slab thing
Mhm.
between PSA and everybody else,
Yeah.
it's like it's seriously like Beverly Hills 90210 of sports cards. Like it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not a Melrose fan, or
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
the
I'm with
hell
you.
is going on here?
Right.
Like, but and I stopped last year trying to figure out all kinds of different things. I just buy what I like. If it's a
Yeah.
card that's in a PSA slab, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
If it's
for
in a
sure.
CSG slab, I'm buying it. Like I don't care.
I
Um,
mean,
you know, yep. Yep. I just sent like 56 cards off to CSG last week. They're just about done being graded and being ready to ship back to me.
yeah.
And like to me, 8, 9 days to get my cards from door to door.
How do you argue
Okay.
with that?
Like you can't. And I don't
Mm.
care that like they sell for less. I don't care
Yeah.
because to me, time, I factor in time, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you're dealing with guys that are currently playing, they're a knee injury away or a shoulder injury away from being all done.
That's right.
And I don't want to send my stuff away for 3, 4 months at a time. And like with my last order from PSA, I actually had them send it back because every single card I sent had basically bottomed out to nothing from what
No
I sent it.
way.
Yeah, it was cheaper for
Took
me
too
to spend
long.
the $35 to send it back.
Yeah.
The grading fees would have been worth more than what I would have resold the stuff for. And listen, a lot of people did that, right? They sent in shit at the time
Right.
that was worth 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, 100
Yeah.
bucks, whatever. And just from the year of wow, those things lost their value.
Yeah.
Um,
Bowl base hoops
yeah,
rookie card.
yeah, yep, yep. Every
Yeah.
Cam Reddish in the world, you know what? Like
all the
Brandon Clark's,
all
like
the
I
Matisse
yeah,
Thybulls
Matisse
and the Rui
Thybulle, like
Hachimuras.
I sent those guys in. I'm not gonna shy
Yeah,
from it.
yeah.
Like I sent in a lot of Brandon Clark, and I'm like, that dude is nothing more than like a taller Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
So let me get that stuff back.
Let me get that back.
And it is what it is. You know what I mean? But
PSA.
like,
JK,
you know,
JK. Say that back.
yeah, like so like I'm like, yeah, Mike, the CSG, the new slab is awesome.
I got to get my hands on it, man.
It's
Because I'm still like getting over this. Like I'm still jaded by this.
yeah. So like the old, you got the old one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the new one, man, is just sweet.
It's sharp, huh?
It's just a sharp. It really like looks nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's just tough. It's tough to see on like a crappy camera.
Well, I'll
like
tell
that.
you what,
You know what I
one
mean?
of the things that I said about CSG, and I had originally dismissed it with like full, like there's full stop. I'm like, yeah, that's horrible. The green, I'm not doing that, right?
Yeah.
And then my brother, of course, so he can do the modeling for these, picked one up on eBay. And as soon as he got it in, he was like, listen, bro, I get it, right? I know you don't like it, but come look at this acrylic.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, come look at this acrylic. And I came over, and sure enough, man, I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
This acrylic is on another level. Like it's
nuts. It's a nice slab.
It's so
like
pretty,
and to me, that's what I want everything to look nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and what I do a lot is I'll either show my daughters or my wife. because
Ah,
one of my daughters collects, like, she's starting to get into collecting cards a little bit. She collects soccer cards.
okay.
Um, but like I'll bring some slabs over to my wife and I'll be like, which one of these do you like the best? Like, what is, I don't care about, you don't know
Yeah.
shit about this, but
Nothing. Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking at eye appeal, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
which one?
Aesthetics,
And
purely
and
aesthetics.
she'll point out like the CSG one. She's like, well, that one's really clear. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she likes the SGC one. Um, and then it's just interesting to see how
Yeah,
other people,
yeah,
when you take money out of the equation, it's just kind of interesting how the humans think, or someone that doesn't have any like vested interest in anything, you
yeah,
know. Um, so for me, like it's just one of those things where it is what it is. I do my thing and it works, so I'm good with it. Like I know when I'm sending in the card, right? CSG really limits their bulk, so you
Mm,
at 250, man, you're not sending in crazy stuff,
right,
right?
right.
But you want to send in stuff like perfect example. Like these Bowmans, man, if you get the right guys in their firsts or in a refractor or some kind of whatever, you can send that in real quick and have it back in 9 days and flip it for a little extra cash
Yeah,
and move on with your life.
because
And
it's
you're not
slabbed
into it
up.
for much,
Yeah, yeah.
for $12. What do I care?
Have
Um,
you gotten your hands on a rare edition slab?
I have not. I heard you talking about that, and all I
Dude.
kept thinking about was New Edition, the band back in the '90s, in the '80s, there with like Bobby Brown, and I'm like, oh boy, like, what are we doing here?
It's like and again, this is the thing that kind of trips me up a little bit, right? Because obviously they're a brand spanking new company, and and I've always talked about how these new companies, they have to do something that's different, that stands
Right,
out, right? Um, in order to be in the space as in order to be able to compete with the big dogs, right? Because the big dogs, as far as like the context of grading, they got that on lock. I mean, PSA has got that on lock. SGC has got that on lock. Those guys have been grading for decades.
right,
And so the new kids that are coming in, they're not going to have that. For
right.
as much as they want to say that we have expertise in the field, they're just not going
Yeah.
to have the name for
No,
that. So they
right.
have to do something else, right? CSG, I don't think, had that problem because they had the pedigree from the comic books, they had the
Yep.
pedigree from Pokemon and the TCG side that they just kind of piggybacked on and said, "Hey,
Well,
we're
and they
in
brought over the two big dogs from Beckett.
from Beckett." Exactly. So they had some pedigree there, right? And so everybody outside of that had to do something else, right? I mean, the TGT guys came with the report
Yep.
card. HGA came with the complete custom
Yep.
slabs, the
Yep.
horizontal slabs. That was big for them, right? And so outside of that, there really isn't anything else left to do anything really big on other than the slab itself. And
Right.
that's where I think Rare Edition really got it right.
Yep.
That thing feels like something that belongs in a safety deposit box.
See, so so like, and that may be cool for you, right? But for me, like, I think of when I hear that, I think of those old 80s, 90s screw down cases that were like this thick that
So
you could
that's what it
legit
feels like.
like kill someone with.
Yeah.
Um, like that's what I think of. So like to me, that's not really that appealing to me. You know what I mean? Because then I don't. Yeah. So like, I mean, it looks nice,
Bro, this is glass. This is
like real
Gorilla Glass.
glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the same shit that they make your phone screen out of. Like
Really.
Gorilla Glass? Yeah. Like these guys, this is now, don't get me wrong, right? I'm saying it's nice, but I'm also, as somebody who's in manufacturing, it's
Yeah.
it's a bit over engineered. It's a bit
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
top, right?
Okay.
But this is like I have an extra one. I'll mail it to you so you can see.
All right.
But
That
these
does.
guys, they reached out to me, right? And they said, "Hey man, we would love for you to submit some cards." And I'm like you, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's hard pass. Thanks, man. I mean, not hard
Yeah.
pass, but like,
Yeah.
you guys aren't really doing anything that I deem to be good enough to send you some cards and try y'all out. Other than that, you got a cool looking slab, because at the
Yeah.
time it was just renderings and it was like, Apple iPod type
Yeah.
commercials and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, yeah, that looks cool, man. Hey, listen, I wish you guys the best. it's not for me, right? And then ultimately they just said, hey, listen, man, give us your address. We're gonna send you some because we
Yeah.
really just want you to get your hands on them. And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I gave them my address and they sent me 2 of them. And yeah, they're right. You have to get your hands on them
Yeah.
in order to, but the cost of entry, if you're not somebody who's in the YouTube space or, that has somewhat of an audience, the cost of entry is like $40, I think, to get it put in this. So
Right.
they have to convince people to do it
And
first.
that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's such a high entry point
It
for a
is.
brand new startup
It is.
where, like, and we've all been to the shows the last couple years. You see like
Yeah.
these pop-up grading things and,
Yeah. Yeah.
this and then that and whatever. And it's like, it's cool that on one hand, people have the balls to start
Yes.
something on their own, right?
I
Like that
respect that.
entrepreneurship is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, right? Look how hard it was for SGC to gain any type of ground in the modern market,
In the
and they are
modern
well
market.
respected in the
Yes.
vintage market, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so they've gained some ground, but when you look at it in the macro or the bigger picture,
Mhm.
like PSA is essentially like the Roman Empire,
Yeah.
right? They just control everything.
Yeah.
Um, and it's odd because in like if you think about the rest of the country and how our society works, if you told everybody that they only could buy a Chevy and they only could eat nacho cheese Doritos and they could only have ham and cheese and they could only have pepperoni pizza, people would lose their friggin' minds. So
Yeah.
it's like reverse, like I don't know what the hell word to use,
A
but
Jedi
it's just
mind trick.
it's crazy
Yeah.
how it works sometimes,
Yeah.
but again, I stopped worrying about that crap long ago and I just do my thing and
Right.
it's way more enjoyable. You
But
know,
I'm with you,
um,
man. I'm looking for look,
that's a
I,
great
I always
comment.
I always tell people this all the time. When you go look for a card to buy, right? I got $100. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
buy this thing, right? Do you search the card first and then the grading company, or do you search the grading company first and then the card?
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. I've been after what I end up doing on eBay is I'll end up saving searches because some of the things, by the way, Jake Stowe's comment there is comical. Um, that's good. That's good. Um,
That's funny shit. I like that.
um, what I do is like, so I've been after a KG linchpins insert for a while,
Mm.
and so what I do is I just save the search as Kevin Garnett linchpins, 1998 I think it is, right? And whatever comes up hits my save search, and whether it's raw, or whether it's BGS, whether it's CSG, whatever, and
Mhm.
then I'll go from there. Um, there's a guy that has one on eBay that I've been talking to. He's in Puerto Rico. Um, and he's just like, he refuses to budge on his price. And I'm like, all right, man, like I'll message him every couple months, like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey, buddy,
yeah.
my offer still stands,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
No, no, I've had this card for 20 something years. I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't make it worth what you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
it to
I
be
get all
worth
that.
right now, dude. Like,
Yeah.
um, but no, so I don't, what I will do, I will say this though, I will never start with a PSA search
Mm.
ever. I will always start with SGC or BGS or CSG or whatever.
Mhm.
And
'Cause it's a
if
cheaper
I can't
price.
find it, then I'll go and
'Cause
I'll
it's a
look and
cheaper
see if
price and you're looking for the
yeah.
card, right? I
Yep.
mean,
Yep. Yep. And customer service, you're right, D team. Like that's the thing. Like to me, and Bobbles was doing this in his group the other day. He was asking people about what's important. Did you freeze or did I freeze?
no,
Oh, there
I
you go.
froze.
All
I
right, you're
froze.
back.
There we go. Okay, good.
Um, Bobbles was asking everybody about what's most important to them when grading cards, and he listed a bunch of different
I
things like
saw that.
resale value, this, that, the other thing, right? The customer service piece, the turnaround time, the price, the resale, it all factors in. But if you're solely in it for resale, it's going to be tougher going now because that PSA 9 has dropped back down to where it used to be, which is essentially the same price as a raw card, right?
Mhm.
Not on everything, not on
Right.
everything,
Right.
but on stuff that's kind of readily available for people.
Mhm.
I'm seeing very similar type prices. Now, if it's a rare thing and it's in a 9, then you're going to pay a premium, right? We all know
Right.
that.
Right.
Um,
But for
but
those
you'll
types
still,
of things, I don't mind going down to an 8,
right? Me either. Me either.
you know?
Because really, if you look at a lot of 8s, why the hell aren't they a 10?
So the 8s, any PSA 8 that starts with a serial number of 5 and above,
Yep.
it's suspect,
Right.
right? I mean, that could be a 9, it could be a 10,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
And I mean,
And
there are sometimes you see a card and you're like, okay,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
I'll just take it and take my ball and go home. But then there's other times where I'm like, I might just have this cracked and resubmit because to me, like a lot of the stuff I have back here in like my cases and stuff, there I have everything. I don't
Yeah.
care like really what it is, but I want high grade or the highest grade I possibly can get for stuff that
Mhm.
I want to give to my kids later on in life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And they may say, "Dad, we don't want this shit."
Yeah.
And that's fine because I'll
That's
keep
good.
it and do
Yeah.
whatever. I'll be that
Right.
old guy walking around like the card show going, hey, in my day. Um,
Tank of oxygen in one hand and your card in the
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Walking around with my little push thing
I
and
actually saw a guy like that
yeah,
at a local
yeah,
card show, and I was like, "That's gonna be me right there." I
yeah.
got gangster.
Dedication. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Um, but it's just it is what it is, right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many different things that you anybody, whether they're in the chat, whether it's you and me, right? Like you like your Rockets cards, you like
Yeah.
Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
I like Kevin Garnett and Michael Jordan and 90s baseball, basketball stuff. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? I have a bunch of I've got a 41 play ball baseball card coming in this hopefully tomorrow that literally is a 1,
Mhm.
but I don't care. It's
Right.
from 1941, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? Like it's cool, like
It's
it's part
cool.
of
Yeah.
history.
Yeah. It's got
Um,
a story,
yeah, exactly.
you know?
So that's kind of what, what I do, but it's like whatever. Like again, to me, I don't care if the thing's green, pink, purple, orange, whatever. If it's something that I want, then I
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah.
And I
Don't
just
care
got to
what
figure out
slab
how
it's
I
in. Don't care about
Yep,
none of that. Yeah.
yep, yep, I
Because at the
don't.
end of the day,
And
none of that really matters, right? We're collecting
yep,
cards here, right? I mean,
yep. And it's like and when I do flip, right? Like I got my piles of resale back here. You can't really
mhm.
see them,
Mhm.
but all of it is mainly SGC.
Mm.
And I don't see it nearly as much as you used to in like the groups and stuff, but I've been doing it now with SGC for a few years where I've gotten to the point where I know what things are going to sell for.
Mhm.
And that that 50 to 70% sweet spot is fine with me
Mhm.
because I've already factored that into my
Factor that,
cost
yeah.
of entry. You
Right.
know, would
Right.
I like to see SGC drop their price a little bit? Sure, but then
Mhm.
how does that affect the resale value?
Mhm.
Because it's already less,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So if it's at 15 a card, which would be to me awesome. Um, and Pete, if you're watching, 15 a card. Um, but like it's one of those things where I know at 23, all right, if I paid 20, if I make 65 or whatever, if I make a few bucks,
Yeah.
so be it. Like
Yeah.
you got to factor in you're going to lose the 11% to eBay.
Right. Right.
Charge for shipping, don't the free shipping thing,
Yeah. Don't
it's
corner yourself.
pointless to me,
Yeah.
because just either list the card higher if you're going to do free shipping or just let the buyer pay. I don't care
Yeah.
if I pay for shipping. What it's $3,
Yeah, yeah.
But these
Exactly.
dudes that are charging like 9 for a card, if
That's
that
so
thing,
crazy.
I love it. I love it when shipping's like $9 and it shows up in like a birthday card, and you're like,
Oh my god,
huh?
dude.
I'm like, what is this?
What is
You
this? Yeah.
know,
I paid
if it's
$9 for
not,
this?
if
Yeah.
it's in a flat rate box, so be it, right?
Yeah.
But if I bought this card for $40 and I paid $9 in shipping, which I won't do, I won't. That's asinine.
Yeah.
Um, but I see that and I just laugh. I'm like, dude, what do you think? People are dumb now. Like
Yeah.
they haven't caught on
We're
to the
hip to
shipping
this.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
anyway. Anyway, sorry, I got off on a tangent there.
No, that's good, man. We're just talking, dude. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know, man. I think, the last video that I did where I'm actually sending a card to PSA
Yeah.
to have the autograph, authenticated, looked at,
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and have it slabbed up. And it's like, some of the DMs that I got were like, "Man, I thought you weren't like." Well, no, I've never been against them. I don't like the way they're running their business right now, but
Yeah.
just like everything else, they have their spot. They have their space where, the things that, like I said, the core competencies of what those companies do. And for me, if I need to have something authenticated, send it off to PSA and get it authenticated.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with that. It just has to make sense at the money you're spending. Like, if you're cool with that, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not gonna walk by your table and go, "Oh, you only have PSA slabs. I'm gonna keep going." No, I'm gonna look and see what you got, and are you willing to deal?
One of the guys, when I was at Dallas this last time, I had a stack of cards, and I asked him if he was selling, and I was like, yeah. And as soon as I started pulling them out, he saw that they were SGC. He go, "I don't do SGC, bro. Thanks."
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I was like, kind of taken back. I was like, "What?" And he's like, I don't do SGC cards, bro. Thanks." I was like,
"Yeah,
oh, all right." He's kind of a dick about it. I was like, all right, bro. Like, you act like I pulled out like the plague or something. It's like,
yeah.
And I'm just like,
and
all right, dude,
it's cool, man. Like, but again, like I said, I see less and less of that around now.
Yeah, it only happened once, which is interesting,
Yeah.
But
well, up here, I can say up here in the Northeast, the card shows I've been to, there's plenty of everything. There's a lot of SGC, there's a lot of PSA, there's a lot of CSG. What you don't see a lot of is BGS. Unless it's something that was slabbed a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of SGC and you see a lot of PSA, and that's good because that lets me know, like, all right, I'm not the only one that thinks this way. There's these big dealers up here are using SGC, and that only helps everybody because these cards are out there now and these slabs that help the brand and help.
Yeah.
Do I think there's things SGC could be doing? Sure, but listen, I'm also not a marketing expert, and I've never really run a company.
Right.
But there are, as a collector and a person that looks to buy cards and sell cards, yeah, there's some things I would suggest. One of the first things I would suggest, and I know it would be like not cool,
is the tuxedo.
If I was SGC, it would be make a smaller slab, just a slightly smaller slab.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the kicks on them, huh?
Yeah.
Is that their slab sizes are a little too big.
It's just a little bigger, and that's what
we're talking
said,
10%.
Like, just you know what I mean? Work with me here. Like, you're making like a meatball, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Put it on a little weight loss program.
Like take that thing for a walk for a minute. Do some beach body or whatever the hell that shit is. That P90X. Remember P90X? There, bang out some burpees. But like,
oh man, that's funny.
But like, that's my only like real complaint with them, other than like, I'd love for them to have a registry too.
That's been the one big thing, right?
I kicked around putting all my KG in SGC slabs, but I also like the fact that I can put them on something too, and so I'm like, all right, I'm also not going to grade them with PSA because the prices don't make sense for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, they just sit. I've got 3 boxes full above me there of just Kevin Garnett stuff,
just KG stuff,
just boxes of KG stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's cool to me. I pull them out and look at them, and I'm like, man, this card's pretty badass.
Jeff says a white tuxedo.
The white tuxedo, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Like, if you got like the pristine or something, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That way, man. Yeah, you tell it from a mile away, right?
Yeah, like, and we got a baller. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, good stuff, man. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up, dude.
All right, brother.
I gotta go get these. I gotta go make sure these kids are off to bed. Give everybody, where can we find you? Because you got a YouTube as well.
Yeah. So first off, thanks for having me on, man. I know we've been trying to get this for a while, and thanks to everybody that listened in the chat to us ramble on like a couple of dummies here for a little while.
Love it.
But that's what you got to do when you're middle aged, and this is what life is now, right? But yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's JD Sports Cards. Come check it out. I'd love to have people stop by and check it out. Give me shit in the comments, whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You
I
do a
will
live
say,
once a week, right?
Nah, so I was doing lives for a little while. What I find is I don't like going live like by myself.
Yeah.
I would much rather do these where we
Yeah,
can bounce off of each other. And I wish YouTube had some way where I guess you could share the link and people could pop in or whatever, but I tend to find people don't like to do that.
Yeah.
So I just do a lot of pre-recorded stuff, and I try to keep videos to 20 minutes or less. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
know
to
we're
get
all
better at that
busy.
too.
Yeah. And then on Instagram, I'm at JD Sports Cards. There's just an underscore in between JD Sports and Cards. Retro, if you follow Retro, you can find me or whatever. He tagged me tonight, I think, in Instagram. But yeah, that's it. And I'm on Twitter, JD Sports Cards. You can card hedge. Check out the site, guys. Everything's free as far as checking prices goes. You can do all that. You can search the marketplace. You can check if you're into NFTs. We've got that going on too.
And it's a trial. A 7-day trial is free, right? If they sign up for something like that.
So yeah, so where the trial and where it's free, I think gets people confused, right?
Mm-hmm.
The trial is free for 7 days if you want to start adding in your cards and tracking them and all that good shit. If you're just looking to check prices, you can click on the homepage and at the top. You can do that free all day long.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
You can buy from eBay. You can buy from PWCC right on there. You'll be able to buy from Alt pretty soon. We're looking at adding in my slabs as well, and hopefully ComC. So if the guys from ComC see this, reach out to me, please, and answer my damn email. I got one guy to answer me, but I need the right guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the 7-day trial, and if that's something you wanted to try a little longer, man, just shoot me a message. Like Retro knows how to get in touch with me if you can't remember what I said.
Yeah.
And I can take care of you for a little while longer too.
Yeah.
But what we're finding now, man, is people that are coming on aren't necessarily leaving like they were, so to speak, just due to the database growing and some of the features and things like that. And I think once we start adding in this gem rate stuff, that's going to really make a difference too. And then we get some other stuff down the pipeline coming, apps coming out and all that good crap and some other stuff. And we'll be at the National. We won't have a table or a booth or anything like that because you got to reserve that 7 years in advance.
Jesus.
No, I think it's 2, but anyway, I'm just emphasizing for the dramatic effect. But we'll be walking around with our card hedge gear on. So if you see us there, stop by, say hi, tell me our product sucks, whatever. I don't care. It's all good, man. Maybe we can trade or something.
There you go.
So
awesome, man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Dude, I appreciate you jumping on, man. It's always a blast. I know you and I chat quite a bit off camera and stuff, and we're always going back and forth, man. And I appreciate you guys. I
appreciate you, man. You've been one hell of a partner here for Card Hedge, man. So we respect the hell out of you, and hope to keep that going. So it's good times between Retro and JD and Card Hedge, man. So
awesome. All right, brother. Well, we'll talk soon, man. We'll get some more stuff later on down the line. Anytime that you guys do some new development and stuff that y'all want to showcase, let me know, man. We'll jump on and we'll walk through it and kind of walk the folks through it, and that way that'll be kind of a way for you guys to showcase whatever the new stuff.
That's I like that. That's a good idea. Yeah. So we'll do that.
I like what we did today with doing that, right? Like kind of going through some oh shit, this is new, and having you be able to walk through that,
Yeah, I think it's easier that way. I did a couple videos on walking through the site, but let's be real, man. People aren't necessarily going to watch that, but it's just good to have there. If
for sure.
You know what I mean? But I can come on anytime for whatever, and we can do whatever.
Awesome.
So,
all right, brother.
Man.
Well, we'll set some more stuff up in the future, man. I'm gonna probably take the little baseball chat that we had today and throw that in a different video and let them put that out next week. But man, I appreciate you jumping on, dude. I know you're mad busy with the family, and hope you guys are doing well. And we'll talk soon, brother.
All good, man. Thank you. Later, guys.
Y'all take care, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. Hit the like button on the way out. I love y'all. Peace.